I was wondering, okay, how can I make them know that they're actually wasting time? So the first thing I started doing is started working on myself. So started watching the best in my field because I'm a hyper realistic visual artist. In my field, I watched the best and tried to put myself at that level. So the more I kept doing that, it kept reflecting, and currently we can see the result. Yeah, the outcome is so obvious. Yeah, good day everyone. My name is James Dupless, popularly known as Onome Happiness. I am a visual artist. I draw, I paint, I design, I write scripts. I do a lot of things. Basically, I'm into the art industry. Okay. I started this quite a few years ago, and what inspired me was actually the youth. My inspiration was seeing what the youth were doing, because when I was in secondary school, one of my passion was that the youth are actually wasting themselves. Okay. Because all they focus on is fashion, they focus on is their mom's money. So I was not that kind of person. I was a kind of person that wants to also like impact them and make them know that there's something beyond what they are doing. There's something beyond talking to that girl. Instead of talking to her, I think you should do something else with your time. I believe I value time, because time is one of the things that's actually helping us and as also destroying this our current generation. The way you use your time is the way it actually reflects in the physical realm. Yeah. So I then moved according to my passion, because I never actually valued art. Okay. But something happened in the midst of not valuing it. People always see me as an artist, even though I'm trying to hide it. I can't draw, I can't do it. So they're always like, this guy is an artist. I was like, what is happening? So that was God actually trying to tell, because I wanted to actually study neurosurgeon. So that was what I was focused on, because I was really good when it comes to medical discipline. But that was not what God wanted for me. So then people started seeing it. So he did it in a form that everybody always sees it. Even before I like, what is happening? I don't want to be this. So I had to like, okay, choose that path. Okay, fine. Let me walk in this path. And walking there, then as you started coming up, the youth say they're wasting time. Then I was wondering, okay, how can I make them know that they're actually wasting time? So the first thing I started doing is started working on myself. So started watching the best in my field, because I'm a hyper realistic visual artist. In my field, I watched the best and tried to put myself at that level. So the more I kept doing that, it kept reflecting, and currently we can see the result. Yeah, the outcome is so obvious. So that's just what I was focused about. And when I started, nobody actually believed, because when I was drawing, nobody believed it. Yeah, Nigerian, if you're drawing, people look at you as a jobless man. Yeah, honestly, except you kind of build the culture, this culture, African. And I'm also the kind of person that work even at school there. If you go there, you see that we are focused on African culture, painting, all that's what they are basically focused on. But I was not that kind of person that focused on that. I was more focused on making a drawing look exactly like it, and basically not talking about Africa. I was like, is it about Africa? Is it everything about Africa? I was not concerned.
You wanted to project the other aspect of life.
The other aspect of life, exactly.
The art was missing at that time.
So I never wanted, because everyone under my field was basically drawing about African problems. I'm like, no. So tradition. So I got something from God. He told me, if you can walk with me, then everything will be changed, because art is one wonderful tool that helps our generation. If you go back then to Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, there were stories they were creating on painting that currently we are seeing the reflection now. So art is information, and art builds a system. So they were actually speaking a good voice of how most of them speak about the slave trade, speak about how people are suffering, all those things. But I was not focused on that, and I got a word, and God told me that if you speak or draw about me, it covers every single thing that they're talking about. So that message actually took me like, why don't I work for God? Then working for God will actually be more, because if I'm working for the world, I'm actually picking a part. So when you work for God, you're picking the whole of every, the whole idea of life.
Let me get this, because a lot of our listeners might not really picture what you mean by working for God. They might think, oh, this guy talking about being a pastor and all that, going into ministry in terms of being a pastor. Okay, now I want you to really break that down. I want you to tell us, okay, how do you feel in detail? God, there are many other young persons listening right now that are also having the same feeling. All right, that okay, I feel like okay, I'm a doctor, I'm a medical doctor, but I feel God is telling me to do something different from, what is the culture in the medical field right now. All right, God is telling me to do something for Him. All right, to use my, the scripture that says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify God."
Yes.
All right, so using that scripture now, that scriptural analysis, using your skill, using your light, your gift to project or project the glory of God, or as a tool to express the gospel. How do you think God is really connecting that message across to you? Because it's not the same with everyone.